Hey, Amy here with Alt 99.7. Dallon Weeks from I Don't Know How, but They Found Me. I'm so excited to talk to you today because every time your song comes on my station here, I crank it up and I sing along. I don't sing well at all, but I sing along with it.
Well, it's the thought that counts, I guess. So I appreciate that.
We're here in Columbia, South Carolina. Where are you currently?
Salt Lake City. I'm at home.
Were you near the monolith in Utah?
I think that was a few hours away, maybe like 3 hours into the desert, but I would have liked to have seen it.
Do you think it's because there was one in Romania that now there's one in San Luis Obispo? Do you think it's aliens or do you think it's people?
I think it's someone coming up with some kind of clever marketing scheme.
I'll be excited to see what it is.
Yeah.
So, Dallin, let's talk a little bit about everything, okay?
Mhm. Sure.
You were with Panic at the Disco for almost 10 years in some capacity. You break off to form I Don't Know How, but They Found Me. What was your process with that? Why did you want to go do your own thing?
Well, I'm a creative person by nature, and I think, you know, any band over the course of 10 years is going to change and shift. And that band shifted in a way where they didn't need me for creative output anymore. So I just started making songs on my own with no real goal in mind. But as Ryan and I got to playing this stuff live, we spent the first almost year or so of this band doing it in secret because we didn't want to capitalize or take advantage of the job that I had at the time,
Yeah.
or their fans or anything. We just wanted to see if this music could stand on its own 2 feet, so to speak. But as it got going, I knew that eventually those paths would diverge, and I'd have to choose one. And when that point came, I would choose this.
Let's talk about the band name.
Yeah,
It has to be the longest name I think I've ever heard for a band. So tell
you
me
know,
why you got there.
I think there's one or two that have us beat in terms of syllables.
Okay.
Like I can't remember it right now, but there's one that's just really impressive as far as the length of it all.
That'll be
Um,
fun trivia for our listeners.
yeah, but this band name, well, band names are kind of ridiculous in general. When you think about it, the Beatles, my favorite band ever, their band name is a pun, so you just kind of have to embrace the fact that they're ridiculous. But like I said, when we had the first year or so of this band, it was in secret. I had this phrase that I wanted to use for something for years and years and years, whether it was a song title or a lyric or something. But when we started booking shows in secret, it really seemed to fit our whole MO of deny everything and, subversive shows that we were doing. So I finally got to use it. We would just book the shows underneath this ridiculous band name, and it became this little Easter egg for people. But it worked out.
It did work out. Has been out for about 6 weeks, and a lot of times when artists drop new material, they're out on tour promoting it. They're doing different shows and stuff. So what have you been doing? Are you focusing on just enjoying the reaction and interaction with Razzmatazz, or are you already working on something new?
Both have been really true. There's so much time here at home, and it's really it's a double-edged sword because as much as I love to be out on the road playing shows and playing this music for people, I also really love being home with my family, and I haven't been home with them for this long ever,
Yeah.
really. So that's been the silver lining in all of it, I guess. But to be able to roll out new music and still be here at home with them has been really a new experience, but one that I really appreciate.
I was sitting here at the office yesterday, streaming your music all afternoon. And I think what I like most about everything, I was listening between Razzmatazz and the 1981 EP, is that you have a very distinct sound. And all of your songs sound like you, but they don't all sound alike. Is that something that you do intentionally? What's your process as far as the creative process? Do you build lyrics and then the music? Take us through that.
I don't have much of a set process, but I feel like anytime I do write a song, it's the lyrics and the music are all pretty simultaneous, being created, alongside of each other. So they're kind of married to each other and the ideas as they go along. But we try not to pay too much attention to, sticking to one particular sound or anything. We try to make it natural and never force or wrestle an idea into existence. We try to let it come from somewhere else first. So if we're not inspired by it, we probably don't spend much time on it. So there's plenty of ideas that have been abandoned along the way, but I guess the stuff that usually grabs my kids' attention is the stuff that ends up being on the records.
That's a perfect segue because I want to ask about your kids. You have two kids. They're
Yeah.
both like preteens, but almost there.
Yeah, my daughter is 12 and my boy is 10. And they've been the sort of the litmus test for me when I write songs as they've been growing up. Like when I'm working on something, if I can grab their attention and distract them from whatever it is that they're doing, you know, whether it's reading or watching a show or playing a video game, if they can stop and go, "What's that, Dad?" then I feel like it's probably worth continuing to work on.
Do they realize like how cool it is what you do? I often think about Dave Chappelle saying his kid was like, "Take me to see Kevin Hart. I want to see Kevin Hart so bad."
Oh, they're so unimpressed with what Dad does, which I think is normal. You know, Dad isn't cool. You know,
Do you think they'll get into music on their own, or do you not see that in their future?
if they do, I would really encourage it. My daughter's been playing cello for school. She's been
Oh
getting into
wow.
that, and she sort of fiddles around on the ukulele a lot, and so she loves music, and she definitely has a talent for it. She's a phenomenal singer too, which I only discovered this year, actually, that she has pipes, and she does a song with me on the record.
Oh, she
But,
does?
she's kept that talent hidden from me for her entire life up until about this year.
How did you find out? Was she just like singing in the house and you're like, "Oh, that's my daughter."
Well, she's big on TikTok and things like that. She likes to make little TikTok things for herself. You know, her account is private and stuff. We try to keep her um, safe in that regard. But she was making a TikTok one day in her room and singing a song, and my wife and I both heard it, and we were like, "What the hell? She can sing!"
It
So it was
is.
really cool.
I'm so envious. It's music's my biggest passion. I contribute nothing to it other than just being able to enjoy it. So like I just have goosebumps all the time and that's my biggest
Well,
contribution to music.
that's just as important. If that wasn't a thing, then I wouldn't have a job. So I appreciate it.
What do you think you'd be doing if you weren't doing music?
I'd be in a padded room somewhere a long time ago.
I respect that. Spotify just released their 2020 rap list. It's all everybody's talking about on social media.
Mhm.
If I don't know if you have Spotify or not, but if you did, who do you think? What's your most listened to artist for at least the year of 2020?
Oh man, I don't know, but I should look it up. I should
Is there
try to
any?
find. It might have been. I listened to a lot of Sparks this year. I feel like
Okay.
because I only discovered Sparks within the last like 2 or 3 years, and now they're like my favorite thing ever. So I've been pretty obsessed, and yeah, they've been a big inspiration, and I actually got to interview them recently too for a magazine. So it was a really cool experience.
That is really cool. So
Yeah,
I'm going to step out and you're going to perform your latest single, which is Leave Me Alone.
you're the boss.
We'll give you the show here.
Okay, cool. Let's try this out here. Big shot, so what do you want to pretend? You took the money, but the money couldn't buy a friend. Now I want you to leave me alone. They say the devil that you know is better than the devil that you don't. Ooh, you're a big shot here, but nobody else knows. Now I want you to leave me alone. Alone. Blind spot, take your best shot, lucky me. till you tangled in a hanging tree. Now I want you to leave me alone. They say the devil that you know is better than the devil that you don't. Oh, you're a big shot here, but nobody else knows. Now I want you to leave me alone. 4 in the morning, but we're having such a lovely time. Mad as a hatter with a dagger and a dollar sign. Aristocrats, if you're having, break your mother's heart. And when the sun comes up, you'll find a brand new guy. Oh, a brand new guy. Now I want you to leave me alone. They say the devil that you know is better than the devil that you don't. Oh, you're a big shot here, but nobody else knows. Now I want you to leave me alone. Alone. Alone.
Man, incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
That made my day. So listen, I need you when we get things open again, you're back on the road, Charlotte, Columbia, or Atlanta, just somewhere I can come jam to, okay?
Oh, 100%. We can't wait. We're keeping our fingers crossed that that vaccine comes through real quick.
Yeah, we have multiple things working, so with good percentages. So hopefully that does come soon. Again, Razzmatazz out now. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything you want people to know about you or where they can hang out with you in the meantime?
No, I just appreciate everything, the response that we've had. You know, we never had any expectations for this band other than to have a good time. So the response that we've been seeing with our music has been overwhelming in the best way possible. So thank you for the support.
You know, we talked to a few people. Cannons is another one, and they say the same thing. I think fans really appreciate.
I love Cannons. That's great.
Yeah, I think fans really appreciate the authenticity and sticking to music that's true to you and what you want to do. I think fans, that's what they react so strongly to. So I'm so happy for you guys that's working out.
Well, I appreciate you spinning our song and dancing along to it when you do. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we'll see you hopefully 2021.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Later.